What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns climbing back upon Mount Soapbox for yet another rant. And yes, you can partake in future rant episodes if you have an idea for a rant video, be it about Grand Theft Auto, Mafia, Red Dead, gaming in general, YouTube. Something that I may have not done yet, so you may want to go check both rant playlists, Rant 2.0 and the original rant playlist as well. Feel free and send your rant suggestion my way. Below in the comment section are Twitter or Facebook. By the way, Twitter, Facebook linked below in the description section. Today, it's obviously about YouTube. Now, generally, most of the time when it comes to my rant videos, I can tell when one particular subject is more popular or less popular. Like, for example, whenever I'm ranting about Grand Theft Auto, I'm going to get way more views. But whenever I'm ranting about YouTube, these rants get less views. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to rant about something, okay? And neither does whether or not I get likes or dislikes. See, that's where I was going. The dislikes. Even though I do have issue of dislikes personally. We'll get into that. Now, let's first talk about the likes. So if you really like a video, obviously, you hit the like button. Not just because the content creator says, hey, hit that, smash that, and punch that like button. You do it of your own accord because you enjoyed their content and you decide to help them out a little bit more with a like, which actually does help. So anytime there is a video that you do like from a content creator, whether it's me or somebody else entirely, let them know. A little love goes a long ways. But there's also that other button, the dislike button, which... yeah, it's an interesting button. It's a very ominous button. The majority of viewers are not going to do either. They're not going to like, they're not going to dislike. It's just awesome that they take the time to watch your video. So I appreciate that. But the dislike button, wow. While at the same time, the likes easily very appreciated. The dislikes, not so much, because it seems to have a psychological thing, right? When you get a dislike on your video, you're like, wait a minute, I got a dislike? And as your channel gets bigger, you'll notice this. For everyone that's smaller content creators or newer content creators who have yet to encounter a dislike on your videos, keep making content. It will happen. That's just a reality that you're going to have to deal with as you grow your channel. So yes, when you start seeing dislikes on your videos, it just throws this psychological thing in the back of your head. And it may not bother you, but in a way, it kind of does. And admittedly, sometimes it does bother me. But I've come to accept it and move on with my life. I don't let it bring me down. I don't let it, deter me from doing what I do. But so the problem with the dislike button that I have as a content creator, and I'll talk about it from a viewer point of view as well. So we'll get into that in a moment. But first, as a content creator, is I don't know what exactly you're disliking. I mean, obviously, if it's somebody out there putting out deceptive videos, intentionally deceiving their audience or audience in general of YouTube, and they get a ton of dislikes, well, they get punished. They get what they deserve with all those dislikes. Or do they? Regarding the dislike, I don't have a problem with constructive criticism because I'm not perfect. I don't claim to always bat 1,000. Not all my videos are A+. I know I have probably a few B's, some C's, maybe even some D's down there in the grading field. But it would be nice if I knew exactly what it was somebody disliked about the video. And that's kind of the issue I have with dislikes as a content creator, because you sit there and you most of the time, I'm talking about the majority of content creators out there, those of us that are trying to put out good quality content, you sit there scratching your head thinking, well, why did that video get this many dislikes? I mean, what was it about this video that the viewer did not like? Was it because of the video quality itself? Is it because you disagreed with my point of view on something? I'll probably get a dislike for this video. Probably a few dislikes, whatever. Or is it the fact that they don't like the content creator personally? And I can relate to that as well, because there's a few content creators that I've come across on YouTube that make pretty decent content. I just don't like them as a person. They just rub me the wrong way. It's just a reality. You're not going to like everybody. And there's something about me that annoys some people. I get that. That's totally fine. To each their own. But the point is that it could be a number of issues. It could be because of the fact that they're posting a video the viewer did not subscribe to the channel for. So, for example, if you subscribe to my channel for Grand Theft Auto content, and I'm posting Mafia content or Red Dead content or Friday the 13th content, you may hit the dislike button simply because that's not the content you want to see me put on the channel. You rather me focus specifically on Grand Theft Auto, on rants, on discuss videos, on Minecraft. By the way, Minecraft is not happening on my channel. You can go somewhere else if you want Minecraft. To each their own. So it could be any sort of reason. Even if they're just in the habit of being a troll and they just love, getting into somebody's, mind and, under the fingers and under the skin and just hitting dislike buttons all day long because they just want to watch the world burn in their own crazy, insane way. That does happen too. So that's, as a content creator, is my beef with the dislike button. I don't have a problem with somebody who dislikes something I do in a particular video or does not like this content, but you have to wonder, well, why even bother watching it anyways? If you don't like my Mafia content or my Grand Theft Auto content or someone else's content, then don't watch it. Don't give them a view. Watch stuff that you want to watch. If you are more interested in this particular content like Grand Theft Auto or Friday the 13th or something else entirely, not just for my channel but other channels as well, then just focus on, wasting your time or investing your time more or less into watching the content you want to watch, because it's pretty clear in my videos what it's titled, like Grand Theft Auto, Mafia, Red Dead, etc., etc. I've had this question brought up several times by fellow YouTubers, and that's the reason why we're ranting about it today. Whenever they get a dislike, it tears them up emotionally. Especially, up-and-coming YouTubers or YouTubers with smaller channels, and I don't claim to have a big channel either. I don't. And they're like, GeauxBurns, I don't understand what I did wrong. I've been doing all this right. I've been doing this and this and this. I've been getting better at my editing skills, and, I got a dislike for this video and that video. What did I do? I'm like, it just happens. As you get bigger, they're just people that dislike you. So my advice for fellow content creators is you got to grow a thick skin. You can't allow a dislike or 2 or 3 dislikes to get you down. Now, if you put out a video that's intentionally deceptive, whether you think it is or not, but it comes across as deceptive, and then all of a sudden you're getting a lot of hate for that video, rightfully so, and you get a ton of dislikes, then that gives you a pretty obvious reason why that video was disliked. But the idea of the dislike button, for that capacity, for that regard, I totally get and I support, because there have been a few videos that I've watched on YouTube over the years when the title was very misleading along with the description section, and it turned out to be total bullshit, like certain content creators claiming to have Grand Theft Auto 6. Very deceptive, and they definitely deserve the dislike button. Or do they? Yeah, from a content creator's point of view, even with one dislike on a video, it can be a little nerve-wracking, because you have to wonder, why did somebody decide to dislike that video? Because a million thoughts go through your head, and not everyone can take constructive criticism, but most of us can, including myself. And it would just be cool, even if in private somebody just messaged me, via Facebook or DM me on Twitter and just say, GeauxBurns, I just did not like what you did in this video, or I do not like this or that. I mean, that would be totally fine. I mean, some people try to do that, but then they start to become like assholes in the comment section, and they think that they can go a step further and start saying some other shit, and then it gets their comment deleted. But if someone's like constructively criticizing me, that's one thing, but be civil about it. Now, when it comes to the point of view of the viewer, because I'm also a viewer and a subscriber, like I mentioned, if it's a video that obviously merits a dislike, then I'm going to dislike it. But if it's content I have no interest in, I'm not going to bother wasting my time watching those videos. I'm just going to move on with my life. If it's, a video game out there that I have no interest playing, even though I'm subscribed to somebody's channel, because I'm subscribed to other content creators that play video games too, much bigger than me, and I don't watch all their videos. I do watch the videos that they play that interest me, but there are some games, like, I will say an example, Rainbow Six Siege. Some content creators love playing Rainbow Six Siege. I'm just not a Rainbow Six Siege fan, even though I have no problem with the game. I have no problem with anyone playing the game or let's playing it. It's just that whenever a content creator I'm subscribed to, puts up a Rainbow Six Siege video, I'm not going to dislike it. I'm not going to put hate on the video because it's probably a good video. And for all the fans of that content creator or fans of Rainbow Six Siege, they probably enjoyed it. But for me, I'd rather spend my time on videos that interest me. So I don't see the merit in using the dislike button to that capacity. Now, why did I say from the very beginning that the dislike button really isn't to be taken as a dislike? Because this is how the likes and dislikes work on YouTube. It's basically two sides of the same coin. The more of either or both you get, the more potentially popular that video is going to be. So even somebody who's unintentionally or intentionally putting out a video that's going to get a ton of dislikes, that's still giving them popularity. That's still giving them attention from YouTube through their algorithms. So it's just like the old saying goes, bad press is better than no press. So there is method to the madness from certain YouTubers out there to put out deceptive crap or clickbait content because they know how it works. They know that subscribers or viewers are looking for something like Grand Theft Auto 6 info or Red Dead Redemption 2 info or Half-Life 3 info. And they'll come across a video that looks like it might actually have legitimate information about one of these video games. And when you watch the video, it's a bunch of bullshit. And obviously people are justifiably pissed off. And they hit the dislike button. And from right there, psychologically, it shows you how the overall viewership feels about this video. And it reflects upon the content creator. However, like I said, the like button, the dislike button, two sides of the same coin. And if you give somebody dislikes and they rightfully so deserve it, at the end of the day, it really depends on that content creator. A lot of them don't really give a shit. A lot of them are not sitting there like me wondering, well, why did this video get 2 or 3 dislikes? In order to, try and improve my game and get better as a content creator in order to deliver better content for my subscribers. A lot of them, they just get off on it. They don't care if they get likes or dislikes. They know that that means the same thing. More views, more attention, and more subscribers, and more bucks in their pocket. That's what it means to them. And that is the reality when it comes to the like and the dislike button. And the fact is, neither one is going to go away anytime soon. So if you really do love content, I do agree with hitting the like button and liking it. And if you dislike content, then that's totally fine too. But as a content creator, I understand fully how it can feel when somebody out there, for whatever rhyme or reason, hits that dislike button. But just remember this, that viewer took the time to watch your video, and for whatever rhyme or reason, he or she disliked it. And maybe they don't like to, put themselves out there like we do and explain to you why they disliked the video. And it could be something as simple as they did not like the sound of your voice, or they don't like your content in general, or they didn't think you were funny, even though you tried to throw some jokes into your video. I don't know what the deal was, but whatever it was, they hit the dislike button. The best thing that I can say to my fellow content creators is don't let that get to you, because as you get bigger, as you grow your content, yes, unfortunately, you're going to find more hate and more dislikes. That's just the nature of the beast when it comes to YouTube.